The scouting vessel, Icarus, was little more than scrap metal against the infinite blackness, yet to its crew it was home. They were deep in the Kuiper Gap, traversing territory patrolled by the Xylos hegemony, a civilization that viewed humanity with a mixture of anthropological curiosity and casual contempt. The Xylos ships were graceful behemoths, their hulls absorbing light and emitting low, harmonic pulses that signaled unquestionable superiority. They weren't fighting them directly, they were simply trying to pass through an energy nexus guarded by a rotating cordon of the Trollcraft. A single mistake, a miscalculated jump, or even the wrong frequency, and the Xylos would treat them like cosmic dust, a nuisance requiring immediate, painless removal. The human captains had done their best, careful trajectory burns, minimized power signatures, and relying on outdated navigational charts that shouldn't have been accurate for this sector. Suddenly, a deep thrumming vibration rattled the Icarus until every loose piece of equipment screamed in protest. "Hold steady," Captain Eva Rostova yelled over the alarm klaxons, gripping the rail. They locked on, braced for energy sweep. The Xylos didn't fire lasers, they fired resonance patterns, a focused sonic wave that didn't burn or blast, but vibrated at a frequency designed to destabilize matter itself. It was meant to dismantle them from the inside out, turning metal into shrapnel and flesh into slurry. The human shields flickered uselessly as the harmonics washed over them. "Shields are failing," muttered Engineer Jian Li, watching the stress monitors plummet. "The resonance is too wide. We can't dampen it all." A secondary Xylos cruiser opened a firing array, a visible cage of pulsating energy that began to close around Icarus. The crew braced for structural failure, knowing that their advanced weaponry was useless against such overwhelming physics. They were about to be erased by geometry itself. "Jiho, what's the status on the grav drives?" Eva shouted, her voice strained but steady. Lee's face was pale, sweat plastering his dark hair to his forehead. "The drives are overcharged. We could punch a hole through the local space-time fabric, Captain. But we need perfect timing or we'll tear ourselves apart." "We don't have time for perfection," Eva countered, her eyes locking on the approaching energy cage. The Xylos believed in force. They believed only in overwhelming power. They were arrogant enough to assume humanity could only respond with firepower. Instead of activating the jump sequence, Jian did something completely unexpected. He bypassed the main reactor conduits and rerouted the massive surge of raw gravitic energy, the kind that should have fueled their escape, into a pair of repurposed handheld directional emitters. The emitters were designed for microfield calibration, not propulsion. "Now!" Eva roared. Jian fired both emitters simultaneously, not outward at the enemy hulls, but directly beneath the rapidly closing energy cage. They didn't project force, they projected pure, chaotic anti-resonance. A disruptive, randomized hum that interfered with the fundamental harmonic principles of the Xylos weapon system. The effect was instantaneous and profound. The beautiful, destructive resonance field surrounding Icarus faltered. It shuddered, wavered, and then collapsed inward like a dying star's aura, leaving nothing but harmless vacuum where the cage had been moments before. The Xylos vessels stalled their attack protocols, their systems momentarily confused by the unexpected counterfrequency, a chaotic noise they couldn't categorize or dismiss with sheer force. The Icarus drifted past the cordon, undamaged, powered only by the residual charge in its depleted drives. No grand explosion, no beam fight, just a single, perfectly timed act of disruptive interference. The Xylos vessels remained silent, their advanced sensors processing the failure to predict and counter random chaos. Humanity hadn't countered with better weapons or superior power. They had simply demonstrated an unexpected, deeply resilient capacity for unpredictable thought, a resource the hegemony had dismissed entirely. They moved on into the void, leaving a wake of stunned silence behind them.